Hey y'all, I'm Rylan. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reading some of my friend Erin's favorite books. I have two physical books sitting in front of me and also an ebook that I plan to read for this reading vlog. If you are already subscribed to my channel, you probably noticed that last month I uploaded a vlog during which I read my friend Stasia's favorite books. This is going to be part 2 in this little series where I read my friend's favorite books. I'm going to make a disclaimer right now and say that when I first introduced these books, I have no idea what they're about at all. Absolutely no idea. But I bought them because they're Erin's favorite books and I wanted to own the physical copies of these books when I read them. I did borrow a digital copy of one of these 3 books from my library to read on my phone, but I do have 2 physical books sitting in front of me that I will be reading. Let's talk about the books that I plan to read for this reading vlog. The first book that I will be reading that is on Erin's favorites list is Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. I go to used bookstores a lot and I've been looking for this book for the past few months because I've known that this vlog was coming up. But although I have been able to find this author often in these used bookstores in like the science fiction section, I've never been able to find this book specifically, so I just ended up buying a new copy of it, and honestly it's really pretty, so like I'm not complaining at all. The cover is super shiny, obviously, because you can see the reflection of my ring light in the cover. But yeah, honestly, it's just so beautiful. I have no idea what this book is about, aside from the fact that it is science fiction. I don't read a lot of science fiction, but the ones that I have read, I've really enjoyed, so I would love to read more of it. So I am very excited that this is one of Erin's favorite books because I will be reading sci-fi, and that's fun. So this is the first book that I'll be reading. Absolutely no idea what it's about, but hopefully it's a good one. We'll find out though. The next book is actually a mix of sci-fi and horror. Horror is one of my favorite genres, so I am very intrigued about this book. I've had this book on my radar for a while now and finally had an excuse to buy it when my friends and I decided that we were going to read each other's favorite books. So that book is Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. This book is about mermaids, I think, and that's all I know. But the cover, once again, is very beautiful, very like dark. Obviously it's a black cover, but like it just, I don't know, seems kind of creepy, so I'm very intrigued. But as I have mentioned in some of my other videos, I do prefer to go into books without reading their synopses. I never know what the plural of that word is. I should probably just look it up, but I'm not going to. So yeah, I don't really know what this book is about, but once I do start reading it, I will update y'all on like their synopsises. I will let y'all know what these books are about as I start reading them. So this is the second book that I will be reading for this reading vlog. And the third book that I'll be reading, which I borrowed from the digital database at my library, is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I have this book on an app on my phone that I'll hopefully be reading in the next few days or so, but we'll see if that happens or not. Once again, no idea what this book is about. I have only read one Colleen Hoover book in my entire life, and that was Layla, and I read it at the very end of last year, and it was really good. So I'm very excited to read Colleen Hoover because I feel like she is going to be an author that I love, but I don't know what this book is about. This is not one of her like most popular books because I'm pretty sure that that is Verity and It Ends With Us. I've read either of those, although they both are on my TBR. Ugly Love is one of Erin's favorite Colleen Hoover books, so I'll be reading it for this vlog, and I will let y'all know what it's about when I start reading it. Hopefully this vlog goes better than the one that I did where I read Stasia's favorite books, because that was rough. I was low-key in a reading slump and just did not want to read anything, so I didn't, and I apologize to Stasia because that was just so not good. But hopefully this one will go a little bit better. Hopefully. That's the goal, right? I believe I'm going to start off by reading Ender's Game because this is the one that I am most excited for, I believe. Although I also think this one is going to be really good. But yeah, I think I'm going to start off with Ender's Game. And yeah. see what all the hype is about and why Eryn loves it so much. I will update y'all as I start reading. Obviously, I have nothing else to say. I've introduced this vlog and I showed y'all the books. So yeah, I'm gonna go start reading and I'll update y'all when I have some progress made. Hello friends, just a little bit of a reading vlog update. First of all, I am sitting in my brother's room to film this, so ignore the potential mess in the background that I'm like trying to hide with my body. But I have started Ender's Game and I'm actually really liking it. I don't read a lot of sci-fi, so I was really hesitant going into this book. And I will admit I was very confused for like the first 2 chapters or so. But it's gotten really good. I am 72 pages into it. Granted, like the first 30 pages were just an introduction that I skipped because like I think it was just about like the author's time writing the book. So I didn't read it. Does that make me a bad person? I don't know. Maybe I'll read it afterward if I feel like it's necessary. I will give a little bit of a synopsis on this book now that I know kind of what it's about. So basically, this book is about Earth in the future where humankind is constantly being threatened by these like alien things called buggers, and the like, not government, not like army type of thing. They're constantly like looking for kids to be the potential commander of the army because they know that someday soon the buggers are gonna cut back and they need like the brightest mind in order to like know how to hopefully defeat them once and for all. So Ender, who is our main character, he is a 6-year-old little boy who has been monitored by the government, army, whoever, I don't remember their name, for like the past 3 years of his life. Like I already mentioned, he is 6 years old and they think that he's a really great fit, although he doesn't know that. He just knows that he's being sent to this battle school where him and several other kids will like learn how to battle and like be able to be in combat for when/if these buggers do come back to destroy humankind someday. It's really good. I'm only 6 chapters into the book so far, but things are really beginning to pick up. Ender is still 6 years old at the moment, so I'm kind of hoping that like he grows up into a teenager soon, because that's kind of like what I'm more interested in, because I believe like this is all still like world building, so we understand like what's going on, but I'm hoping we get to see him like older, because I feel like if he's just a kid the whole time, then he's not gonna lead an army, right? I don't know. I don't know. I think he'll grow up, because in the movie I'm pretty sure it's a teenager who plays the character, and I am rambling at this point, but yeah, so I'm loving this book. I cannot wait to see where it goes. It's not super thick, however, the text is rather small. Yeah, and like it's a wide and tall book. Like for example, here's my copy of Skyward that I'm reading, and like yeah, it's a little bit bigger than the average book, but that's fine. But yeah, I'm really liking this book so far. I have not yet started the other 2 books that I'll be reading for this reading vlog because I am reading several other books right now, but I will get to them soon. And yeah, that's your little reading vlog update, and I'm gonna go back and finish reading this because I need to get to page 96 by the end of the day, and I have like 25 pages left to go before I reach that point. So I'm gonna go keep reading, and I will let you all in on a little update when I have more stuff to say. Hey friends, a little bit of a vlog update. I did finish Ender's Game a few days ago. I'm really torn about it. I ended up giving it 4 stars for right now, but I think I might lower it just because I don't know how I feel about it. I think I loved it, but I also didn't like it at the same time, if that makes any sense at all. I didn't like the way that the story went. I'm kind of confused and conflicted, and I don't want to spoil anything, but I don't know what's happening right now. So I'm confused, but it's fine. I will also be starting Into the Drowning Deep today. I did end up getting the audiobook, that way I can read and listen at the same time. I am going on a trip with my family, so I will be continuing this vlog while I'm gone. And I'll be reading this starting today, so hopefully I like it. Like I've already mentioned, I don't know what this book is about. All I know is that it's sci-fi horror and it has to do with mermaids, so hopefully I like it. I feel like it's something that will be right up my alley, but we'll see. Once I do start it and have a better idea of what the book is about, I will go ahead and make sure that I tell y'all what it is about. That way, if you're interested in reading it, you can do so, while also knowing a little bit about what the book is about, unlike me, because I know nothing. Hi friends, I am currently on vacation, so I have not done a very good job at keeping this vlog updated, but I do have an update for you all. Now, I am currently 156 pages into the Drowning Deep, and it is getting really good. Because I said that I would give a little bit of a synopsis about the book once I got into it, I will go ahead and do that really quick. So, Into the Drowning Deep is a sci-fi horror novel about this girl named Tori, whose sister was this TV personality on this boat that went out to the ocean, to the Marianas Trench, to get this footage for a mockumentary that this big entertainment company was filming, and the ship never came back. They found the ruins of it like miles away from where the ship was supposed to be, and none of the crew members were ever found. So Tori, Anne's sister, a few years later, gets the opportunity to go on this new ship that is going out to the location of the old ship, or where the old ship was supposed to be, to try to find out what happened to the old ship, because nobody knows, obviously, and people want answers. So Tori is now on this ship that is going out to the Marianas Trench, and they're hoping to find evidence of mermaids, but like the mermaids we know are very dangerous and they're very mean, and they are killing people, we think. So that's what this book is about. I am really enjoying it so far. We've just now started getting to the action stuff that's going on the boat. Tori is on the water now. She's a marine biologist, so she's on the ship to like do sonar stuff to figure out if the sounds that they are hearing below the water belong to the mermaids, I think is kind of what she's doing. I don't really know. A lot of it is like science talk and I don't understand it, but I'm trying my best. And I'm really liking it so far. I cannot wait to see what happens next. I'm hoping it gets even creepier than it already is. So yeah, that's my synopsis for it. I hope that did this book justice. Erin, you can tell me if I did good or not. But yeah, so that's just a little bit of a reading update. So yeah, I'm over a third of the way through the book, and I'm hoping to finish it in the next few days so that I can read Ugly Love in time for this vlog before it's supposed to be uploaded. So yeah, that's my little reading update. That's all I have to say. I am like on my knees in front of the window to like put my phone on the ledge, and we're trying. But yeah, reading update. I will come back when I have more to say. So I finished Into the Drowning Deep last night, and I gave it 3.5 stars. I didn't love it, but I definitely like didn't hate it, but I just have very like underwhelming opinions about the book. I love the horror genre, like I really do, and this book is considered to be sci-fi horror, but I felt no emotion while I was reading the book. Like I wasn't super invested in the outcome of the characters. I wasn't super like freaked out by the mermaid siren things that they found. And I think I just ended up like finishing the book feeling confused. So basically the whole point of the story was to go on this second trip to figure out what happened to the ship that like went missing or whatever. And so they're looking for mermaids. But like, I don't want to spoil anything. I'll put a spoiler thing right here. So spoilers are gonna come up in like 5 seconds. They don't even find mermaids, they find sirens, and that's not what they were looking for, but like, that's what they got, and they just like stopped looking because the big mama siren, like, I don't know, tried to eat them all or something. I don't know. I'm confused. I really am confused. So I gave the book 3.5 stars. Spoilers are over now. Yeah, I gave the book 3.5 stars. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. Felt very meh overall about the book, but that's okay. It was an experience. I'm glad I finally got to read the book. It had been on my TBR for so long, so I'm glad that I finally read it. Next up to read is, I always forget the name of it, Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. This is a Colleen Hoover book, and I really like Colleen Hoover, although I have only read one book. So I have very high hopes for this book. Hopefully I like it. I hope so. I don't know. We'll see, but hopefully I like it. I plan to start it today or tomorrow, depending on when I have time. I don't know what the book's about, but I will let you all know the synopsis of it once I start reading it. That's all I have to say. I have now read 2 books for this vlog. We're doing pretty good, I think. I have a few more days left until this vlog has to get uploaded, so feeling pretty good. Hopefully book number 3 ends up being a new favorite of mine, because it's Colleen Hoover, you know. But yeah, that's all I have to say. We're about to go ziplining, so that's cool. But yeah, all right, I will talk to you all later. So I realized as I was editing that my tongue looks really, really red in this final part, and it's because I was eating red Gushers right before I filmed it. So you can just ignore that. It's fine. Hey y'all, so I'm sitting outside and I'm hoping it's not too loud out here, but I mentioned that I was going to give a synopsis and a little bit of an update once I started reading Ugly Love. And that did not happen because I read Ugly Love so fast, I could not put the book down. I read it in less than a day. I read it in less than 12 hours after starting it. I absolutely loved it, could not put it down, cried 4 times at least. I will show a picture right now. I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars. It is definitely one of my favorite books of the year so far. Ugly Love is a contemporary romance story about Tate and Miles. Tate is a nursing student getting her master's degree, and Miles is an airline pilot. And Miles has a very broken and sad and ugly ugly past, and he's determined that he is not going to love anybody ever again. But it's been a long time since he's like had a girl in his life, and so him and Tate make this arrangement to just keep things casual between them. He tells her not to expect anything more than what they are doing, and Tate agrees, and they end up, you know, hanging out, doing all this stuff together. And I think that Tate stays with Miles because she really thinks that maybe he will change his mind for her and fall in love again, even though he says that he won't. But he's like, I can't do it. And so it's really sad. Like, it's really sad. It ends beautifully, but oh my goodness. I was crying for the first time around like 50%, then again at 70%, and like 83%, and then 90%. I was basically just a mess throughout most of this book, but it was so good. I have so many quotes highlighted in the book. I am just in awe. I wish I'd read this book sooner. I absolutely loved it. Wow. That was wonderful. It was really wonderful. So that was the last book that I will be reading for Eryn's reading vlog. Just to give a quick little wrap up, I read 3 of Eryn's favorite books during the last few weeks. First I read Ender's Game, and then I read Into the Drowning Deep, and finally I read Ugly Love. Ender's Game I rated 4 stars, although I am still very conflicted about that book, but like, it was really good overall. I think it was just the ending that confused me. I rated Into the Drowning Deep 3.5 stars. I didn't love it, but it was fine. It wasn't super creepy. I wasn't super invested in the characters, but I was a fan of the little bit of romance that ended up happening between two of the characters. And then finally, I gave Ugly Love 5 stars. Absolutely love that book. Will not stop talking about it for a long time. Would recommend picking it up. Please pick it up. So overall, I would say this was a really good vlog. I am super glad that I was able to read several of Eryn's favorite books. Ugly Love, like, my heart will forever attribute finally reading that to Eryn. So thank you, Eryn, for making me read it, because wow. So I guess that wraps up this vlog. I had a lot of fun getting to read some of my friends' favorite books. Keep an eye out for another vlog coming in the next few months where I'll be reading my friend Elle's favorite books. If you have read any of these books, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in another video.